Okay, so I did a video the other day on the big Raspberry Pi OS update, and in the video, it was this video here, I mentioned that the one thing I thought it was lacking was an application launcher, and I had some great suggestions in the comments, and I've had a few other comments in other videos. So if I go down to, this is Twister OS, and Twister OS has a theme twister, which basically allows you to change the look of the operating system, and there's Windows 95, XP, Mac OS, all sorts of things. I'm currently using this one, Raspbian X, and the reason I use it is, well, I really like the look of it. It is a great looking operating system and everything works really, really well. It's actually based on Raspberry Pi OS, so the performance is very similar, but the overall look I think is better. Now the application launcher on this particular skin of the operating system is great. So you just tap on the bottom left here and you can just start typing. So if I was typing in Gparted, you can see it comes up. If I type in display, you can see it comes up. If I type in, well, pretty much anything, so imager, you can see the imager comes up. So I think that is brilliant functionality. So let's see what we can add from those comments I had to Raspberry Pi OS. So let's shut this down and reboot in Raspberry Pi OS. Okay, so I was running Twister OS from this SSD. I've put Raspberry Pi OS onto this one. So let's plug this one in. And I can use that. I've got these other two lined up for another video. I've got a Kingston drive and a Crucial drive. I want to do a speed test on those. I generally use very cheap SSDs. So I've got Sunbow, a Kingdian, another Sunbow here. But I wanted to do a test on these, so I've put the same operating system on and I'm going to check them in another video. But they're 240 gig drives and they're really good prices at the moment. So let's switch back into screen capture. So first suggestion was from Costas, and Alt F2 to search in installed applications. So Alt F2, bit funny on my keyboard because I've got to press function to get F2 as well, so not that handy to start off with, but I'm appreciative of the comment. So if I start typing Pi, you can see various things come up, but not really apps that I want. So if I wanted Commander Pi, I know it's on the desktop, doesn't come up. PiKiss doesn't really come up. So not the solution I was looking for, but it is a nice thing that you've got a search option on there anyway, built into Raspberry Pi OS. So Mark Routledge gave me Kupfer, a nice little app launcher. Press control space on your own keyboard and it pops up. So let's install that. I think that was in the ordinary apps. So if I go to preferences, add remove software and type in Kupfer. And the App Store on Raspberry Pi OS is sometimes a bit of a mixed bag for when you type things, but luckily Kupfer probably doesn't stand for anything else. Yeah, so it's the only thing that comes up. So click on that, click apply. 534 kilobytes, so very small. Pop in your password. If you haven't changed it, it'll be Raspberry. So installing nice and fast. Okay, that's all done. So let's hit OK on that. Now I don't think it's launched already, so if I go into accessories, I think it was, yeah, you can see Kupfer is there. And then it comes up with this icon here, and you can see you've got a search here. Now if I start typing, I'll just put GP, I haven't got Gparted on here, so I don't know why I'm searching for that. So PiKiss, you can see that it comes up, well, it comes up with a folder. Why does it come up with a folder? That's interesting. So let's restart, because I think it needs a restart to properly work with everything, because I tried it yesterday and it did work better. Okay, so I've restarted, and I also, if I right click on here and go to preferences, I also tick start automatically on login, so this comes up in the system tray as soon as you start it up. You can see here there's loads of keyboard shortcuts and all sorts of things in there, and it looks like you can exclude certain things as well. So if you want your search to be more specific, and in some ways I probably just want it to be applications. You can also change the icon size, and you'll see in a minute how large it comes up. So let's close that down. So the app is running now, so if I press Control and space, I get this search option, and all I have to do is just type search. So if I was searching for display, for instance, so it doesn't seem to do the settings, but that might be again to do with those things that you tick. What happens if I do sound? Sound. If I do PiKiss, so PiKiss comes up, and also Commander Pi, yeah, that comes up. So if I wanted to launch that, if I click on that, let's see what happens. Well, I've clicked once on it and nothing's happened. Click twice. Looks like you have to double click. Control space. Oh, and it comes up, it tries to avoid whatever page. It comes up in different places to try and avoid what's there. So let's try Chromium. Oh yeah, that finds that straight away. I haven't got Firefox on here, but I have got File Manager. So if I did Bluetooth, I wonder what happens there. So Bluetooth, so not doing the settings, again, it's probably that preferences thing. Yeah, that's nice. It's not quite what I'm looking for, but I can see that other people will definitely benefit from that. And it's something I didn't know about, so thanks very much for letting me know about that. Okay, so next up was Rophie, and I did install this, and I tried to get it to work. Didn't try for very long, but then after a while I thought, oh, I'll have a look at the GitHub and see if there's any instructions in there. And I didn't think it really matched what I was looking for. Windows Switcher, Application Launcher, and D-menu replacement. So looking at the Windows Switcher, I don't think it's for me. I was looking for a super simple solution, and I don't think this is it. So I've moved on to the next one, which is Synapse, and I've installed it already. So it was just sudo apt-get install Synapse, and you can see that it's already installed. So I just need to do the reboot bit now. So let's do that. Okay, so that's rebooted. So let's find it, or let's call up that again, because there was a bit of instructions in here. Launcher. So Synapse is a good search app you can install, finds apps as well as files, music, etc. Sudo apt-get install. Oh, so there's nothing else on there, that's all right. Thanks very much to David for sending that to me. So where's it going to be? There it is, Synapse. Also comes up in here. I guess we can close this one down. And what does it say? Oh, so we've got a search bar from there. Ah, right. That's a different way of doing it. And I suppose that's, yeah, I'm happy with that. That's all right. If I right click, what preferences have we got? So start up and login, so that would be good. Activate control and space, so the same as the Kupfer one. And there's all sorts of things there, like paste and execute and all sorts of things. Right, so that's on the page. So let's try PyKiss. Yeah, that comes up. Let's try display. So display doesn't do anything, or does it? Do I click on that? No. So display doesn't do what I want it to do. Sound. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these, and there's probably a lot more in this. I'm looking for a simple launcher that just does that, and mostly is just looking for apps. I'm not so worried about files or anything like that. I'm pretty much looking for apps to launch. So if I type in Commander-Pi, yeah, so it's good. I like the way it does the icon. What happens if I do in wastebasket? No, it doesn't do that. Especially if I spell it wrong. Or Chromium showed up there as well. And then I guess I just click once, or do I click twice? Press return to launch it. Well, again, another nice option. So control space to launch. It's working now, to control space. And I guess I like this, that it gives you this option of doing audio applications and so on, or just all. So applications, that would be quite good. So if I start typing, I haven't got Word or anything like that. Right, let's look for something that's on. Let's have two things that are on here. So we're going to go for image viewer, and we're going to go for archiver. Control space, image viewer. Yeah, that works. And control space and archiver, return. Yeah, to be fair, I quite like that. It's still not what I'm looking for, but I definitely like it. So let's have a look at this Windows theme in PyApps. So I need to go into preferences here, because I've got lots of things starting up now. Then close that down and quit out of that. But then I also need to do that same thing for Kupfer. So let's pop that on there. And I don't know which one I prefer, actually. So that's come up, and if I was to do image, yeah, so that came up with image viewer, and I like the way it's come up with the files underneath. Commander-Pi. See, that's come up with a folder now. If I press return, it opens the folder that's got Commander Pi in it. So it's not quite what I want. So preferences, turn off start up, and then let's quit out of it. And let's try Pi apps. I need to look at Pi apps again because this is always being updated, and I love PiKiss, and I've covered Pi apps in a separate video, but there's also all sorts of stuff in this as well. So Windows 10 theme, is this going to be the answer? So click on that, click install. Wonder how long it takes. So someone said to me a while ago, and I keep meaning to say this, about a Twister Lite, so Twister without all the games in it. And at the time I was thinking, oh, kind of the appeal of Twister is the fact that it's got all the games and the emulation and stuff like that. But actually, come to think of it, I use Twister as a normal operating system for a lot of things that I do, not so much for games. I would guess that I play less of games on it. So I think actually a version of Twister Lite would be excellent. So take out all the games, just have all the customization and the look of it and everything like that. Always change the background. Yeah, I think that would be a really good thing. Okay, well that didn't take very long at all. And it has done it all without a restart or anything else. That's really impressive. Have a look around. Please let me know if there's anything I can improve. Botspot. Wow, that is... Yeah, so this looks alright. Bit small font, but looks fine. Has it changed the files? Yeah, it has. So it's got more of a Windowsy feel. It doesn't look as nice as Twister, but actually looks pretty decent. So let's close that down. And have we got a search? Oh, we haven't got the bit I wanted. So if I do a search for Commander, yeah, we haven't got the search bit I wanted. Oh, what a shame. That's good though. I don't know how you get out of it again. So I like the fact that it's got, I guess that's temperature down there. It's got like a Ethernet connection, and then the temperature, yeah, 39 degrees. It's got CPU usage. There's a clock on there. Is that show desktop? No, left click to iconify all windows. So I guess this is if you have several things open. Pi apps. And let's go with documents. Right, and then left click that. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Left click, right click. Yeah, not quite sure what's happening there. I'm in the right place, yeah. You've got the calendar there as well. Well, it's impressive, and it's quite cool that it just does that all on its own. As I say, I don't know how to get rid of it. Can you get rid of it by doing it in the opposite way with Pi apps? That would be good. So, Windows 10 theme, uninstall. Is it all going to revert back? Without even a restart. Now that is impressive. Oh, and look, my bars come back, and my desktop wallpaper. That's impressive. Removing backup, uninstall Windows 10. I mean, that's just superb, isn't it? That is very, very impressive. Okay, so I haven't really found what I wanted. I guess what I want, or what I would like to happen, is that Twister OS Lite that I was talking about. And I think I would use that on a regular basis as well. Although I still some of the Wine emulation is excellent, and some of the games and things like that from Twister, it is brilliant. But I think there's plenty of people. I think I get more views on operating systems than I do on games. So I think there's probably more people that want to run an operating system, and I think that would be very popular. I really need to look more at Pi apps because there's so much in this. Okay, so I hope all this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.